welcome. This is our inaugural diabetes program, holiday cooking. So I'm Gretchen Waldman and Sharon Weston is here. And welcome to a fun adventure. Today we're going to have some exciting food choices and snack options for the holiday season.
Yeah. So we are on our agenda today going to cover making Hasselback caprese chicken or caprese chicken with oven roasted broccoli and cherry tomatoes or regular sliced tomatoes if you don't have cherry tomatoes. We're going to be accompanying that with a penne pasta, and we're also going to be making chocolate dipped strawberries. We'll talk about holiday eating tips and strategies for managing type 1 diabetes, and we'll also cover some festive foods to try. So to get started, we want to make sure that everyone puts their oven on 375 degrees and starts to boil a big pot of water for the pasta. So we're going to go ahead and get that going here. And we will be starting with our Hasselback chicken and roasted broccoli recipe. So what we have here is we've got some chicken. All right, and I've got 4 chicken breasts here. I also have a baking sheet, and I'm going to be placing them on the baking sheet. And thank you. If your chicken breasts are very, very thick, you can always cut them. Thank you. You can cut them in half, so like that they're half thickness, because we don't want them too thick for this recipe. All right. And the Hasselback technique is something that can be used not only on chicken, but it can be used on things like sweet potatoes, other vegetables, where you make a slit. So we're going to be taking a sharp knife and we're going to be making a slit in our chicken, not completely all the way through, so that it's still intact on the bottom of the chicken. And I would say that they're probably going to be spaced about maybe an inch apart, something like that. All right.
Looks good.
And so go ahead and we're going to slit our chicken. Yeah, turn it over down a little.
And then after that, we already have our mozzarella prepared, and then we will slice our tomatoes to go in as well. So
yes.
Grab a new knife.
Thank you. Right in the block there. Okay. And so we're going to slice our tomatoes pretty thin into slices, and you might need to slice the tomato slices in half just to help with the stuffing technique here. I'm just going to wash my hands and wash this knife. So because we are working with raw chicken, we really do want to make sure that we're staying aware of food safety principles. So good soap, hand washing, and utensil washing when we're dealing with the raw chicken. All right. So once we've made our slits across of our chicken, we're going to sprinkle a little salt and pepper. And Gretchen can do the honors on. Here we go. That was a Christmas present.
I love it. I love it. Quite happy. Awesome.
Yes. All right. And so we're now going to fill our cuts with our cheese. And so if you feel like your cheese is a little thick or too big, you can cut these slices in half. These were pre-sliced fresh mozzarella. And so I'm just going to stuff alternating slits.
Want me to cut these in half?
Sure. So I'm going to skip one so that I've got like 3 of these pieces of mozzarella in one chicken breast. This is a really fun recipe with or technique to do with sweet potatoes. Also, I've done that before. Yeah, we're good. And then you're going to just stick your tomato slices in the other slits.
Awesome. Nice and colorful.
And then what we're going to do next is we're going to add a little pesto. So Gretchen, if you want to open that, give it a good shake. And then maybe scoop it into one of those little bowls, because we don't want to dip a brush into the pesto jar and then spread it on the raw chicken and then dip again into the pesto jar. That's a no-no. So just because of food safety. So, and if you have extra pieces of tomato, you can just kind of stick them in wherever they fit. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, I think that's good. And great. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to just use a small, like a baking brush. And I'm just going to swirl that around in the pesto and just kind of brush a little. You don't really need a lot on here.
I think also if you don't like pesto, you certainly can just use olive oil.
Yes.
If that's not one of your flavor choices, but
yes,
it looks colorful and smells good.
Yeah. Like you could mix olive oil with a little garlic powder, even if you wanted to go that route. And that would be add a little flavor, but not that distinct pesto flavor that some people just don't like.
And that's okay.
Great. And this doesn't have to be neat. You can be kind of just slop it on there. Okay. All right. So we got that part done. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and work on our broccoli. We're also going to chop up another tomato. And so with the broccoli, I've got a whole head of broccoli here. What I want to do is cut off most of the stem. So I'm turning it upside down and I'm just trimming it close to where the florets are. And just getting rid of most of the stem. This is going to be a fun thing that kids can participate in too, because the next step that we're going to do is we're just going to be breaking the broccoli florets into smaller florets. So, so just taking a big piece and kind of breaking it up. The smaller the pieces are, the easier it's going to be to roast it. And it will just turn out better. And you can use your knife too, if you want, and just cut pieces. And then, yeah, you
Slice the steak?
Yeah, great. So we just break off all of these little trees, get rid of most of the stem. You can certainly use the stem for other things, so you don't have to just toss it in the garbage. You can use it in, you can grate it and use it in kind of like a broccoli slaw. Or you can even eat it raw. It's like really
healthy choice.
Yeah.
It's small enough to be that small.
I think that's maybe like half as, yeah. Just breaking up all these big pieces. Meanwhile, we've got our water boiling for our pasta. And we'll add that in next. All right, yeah, go ahead and dump that in. And so with the broccoli, we're also going to add a little olive oil. So I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to pour in about maybe like a tablespoon. And we're just going to give that a good toss. And then we're also going to add a little salt and pepper. So
after the salt,
yeah, we'll sprinkle of salt. Great. Okay. And then give this a good mix again. And this is just going to go right on the side of our chicken. You can spread it out. You can spread it like all around the pan if you want.
Now, would you ever put some pesto on that too?
You could certainly do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is really what we're calling a sheet pan meal. So it's very easy. All right. And that's
Awesome.
going to go in the oven.
Perfect. So that will cook for roughly about 25 minutes or so. So during that time, we are going to cook our pasta.
Yep.
So Sharon, and just introduce me to this today. So it's a protein penne, which is awesome. So what we'll cook the pasta and then we're gonna weigh it out. Because we know that accurate carb counting makes better choice, allows us to make better choices. So we will show you a little trick with measuring out, because it's labeled in ounces. It says 2 ounces is the serving size, which I find is confusing.
And that's dry.
And that's dry.
Right, which is also very confusing, right?
So I think we'll cook this and then we'll stay tuned. Awesome.
Thank you. All right. And so while that is going, we're going to move on to our third and final recipe. And this is going to be our dessert. So our chocolate dipped strawberries. All right. So we've got our strawberries here. These are already rinsed and dried. And the recipe calls for a half a cup of chocolate chips, white chocolate chips we're using. And then you're going to mix in a teaspoon of vegetable oil and heat that up in a saucepan. We have a lot of strawberries here, so we're actually doubling the recipe, and we're using 1 cup of white chocolate chips. These are Nestle Tall House chocolate chips, which actually are also gluten-free.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're going to add in,
So you see them?
Yep, 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil. So I'm using sunflower oil here. And you could use, really, I would say any kind of lighter vegetable oil that doesn't have a strong flavor, not something like olive oil. So, okay, and we're just going to heat that up. And we're going to use a relatively low heat on this because we don't want the chocolate to burn. Yeah. And you can see that it's already starting to melt. So, you want to give that a stir?
I would love to. And flavors don't, like white chocolate, dark chocolate. Do you have a preference?
I mean, I think this is very festive for the holidays. The white chocolate and the strawberries and keeping the green stems on just makes it look very festive, right?
Love it.
So this is also going to go on a cookie sheet that it ideally either, I'm using a stoneware, so nothing really sticks to this, but you can also just put a piece of parchment paper down or a piece of wax paper down so nothing sticks to it. So I can go ahead and I've got these silicone mats that I love to use. So
Are those dishwasher safe?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
So, yep. How's that going?
Looking good.
I'm going to give the pasta a stir.
You can see it's coming pretty smooth over here.
So, Gretchen, this pasta, this is Barilla Protein Plus pasta. And it gets its extra protein from extra ingredients. So it's got the semolina wheat and the durum wheat flour. That's traditionally used in pastas, right? But then it has lentil flour. Lentils, legume, protein, right?
Yeah.
Pea protein.
Okay.
It's also added in there. Chickpea flour.
Wow.
Another legume is also added in there. Barley flour and spelt flour.
Okay.
So all of these extra flours that are high in protein are really just boosting up the protein and also boosting up the fiber.
The fiber. And how about the flavor? I haven't had it before, so I'm
the
curious.
flavor's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Worth a try.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're ready over here.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty good.
Looks great.
So
I'm gonna watch the expert. What do we do with this? How do you
let me turn this down a little. So you're just gonna basically take your strawberry and make sure that everybody can see this. So turn this on. And then you're just going to hold it by the stem and you're just going to kind of roll it in the chocolate and kind of get it all covered. Almost to the top, but not quite. And then lay it on your cookie. Want to try?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. And then
Yeah.
this is going to go in the fridge.
This can go in the refrigerator for
Okay.
like, 20-30 minutes, ideally. And the chocolate will be solid and yeah, good to go.
And I like that you can put on whatever you, as much as you want.
Right.
Oh, that one looked a little bad. Let's fix that a little. This is great. And again, so easy for the kids.
There we go.
Oh, gee.
And if you notice that it's starting to get hard to roll, we can just turn the heat on for another second. So still stir.
Great. And then per strawberry, how many grams of carb would you cover?
So when I did the nutrient analysis using a medium strawberry, it was about 46 calories per strawberry with the chocolate and about 6 carbs.
Okay. Yeah. So would you say this is a medium?
Yes. I would say
Okay.
that's a
So medium size. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Pasta's almost cooked. I'm just gonna check on the chicken.
Perfect. I'm gonna keep dipping. Now, would you put this back on again?
Probably. It looks a little
Okay.
thick.
Yep.
Yeah, let's turn it up a little. Let's give it a good stir.
Would you put some more oil?
I think I would add a little more oil in. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it's just getting a little thick.
A little clumpy. So just more oil will smooth it out a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they also make like melting chocolates. I think we might have it. Yeah, it's getting cooked a little. All right, but I think that looks pretty good.
Yep.
So okay, I think we're
We'll
gonna
put these in the fridge.
put that in the refrigerator, find a spot.
That's right.
We should make breakfast and bagels. Oh yeah, perfect. All right. Yeah. We're also gonna. I think our pasta is al dente, nice and done, and so I'm gonna go ahead and drain that.
So as I mentioned, we were going to show you how to measure the pasta. So this first, when you have a scale, you want to make sure that you zero it out. So we're going to put the bowl on top. Let's see, you can see it.
We'll move it to grams. I think we're going to measure it in grams. This will be a little easier. Yeah. So yeah. Let's get that zeroed. That's pretty good.
Perfect.
All right.
And we're going to pour the pasta in and we'll see the total. And remember, as the box said, there were 7 servings. So let's make sure we double check here. So can you see? There's the box, there's the label. So 2 ounces is a serving and there are 7 servings. So our total is.
It looks like it's exactly 400 grams.
Okay. So 400 grams, and we're going to divide that by 7 because that is 7 servings. So about 57 grams is a serving.
Okay. And so now, if we take this off and use a plate, right, and zero our plate, let's see how much 57 grams is.
And I think you had mentioned we were chatting is that usually a cup of pasta is roughly 40 carbs or so. Would you say if you didn't have your scale with you and you were?
So let's see, that would be 100. So that's pretty much close to. So I think this is I would guesstimate that this is a half a cup.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And if we just do that, let's just see.
Great.
And that is like pretty much like if you packed it down, that would be about a half a cup.
Okay. So half a cup of pasta is a serving.
Yep.
And for this, it's 38 grams of carb with 10 grams of protein.
Yeah.
That's a great balance, though.
I mean, it's probably closer to 3/4 of a cup, looks like, but yeah. So that's an easy way to make sure that you're calculating your the amount of any kind of recipe. If you measure the whole recipe in grams and you know how many servings there are in it,
Right.
then you can just divide that out.
Right.
You know?
That makes sense.
So
Scale is really helpful.
yeah, scales are really helpful. So
Awesome.
all right. So we're also going to talk a little about just like some holiday eating kind of challenges. Right?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
It happens. Life
yeah.
challenges. So when you are with your family, your granddaughters are over and your boys are home and you're cooking and someone brings something special and you want to try it, but it doesn't have labels on it. It doesn't have carbs. What are your strategies? How do you figure that out?
Especially those casserole kind of things. Those are so tricky. So I think that one of the first things I would ask is the cook that made it, how they made it, you know, what's in it.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
And then I would probably use a number of different apps to kind of like Google around and or do like my Calorie King and get a number of different ideas about what that is.
Sure.
You know. Also, in my mind, I would pull it apart. So if it's like a shepherd's pie, I would pull it apart and look at my serving and kind of estimate how much mashed potatoes is in there and how much ground beef is in there and how much ketchup maybe is in there and add those things up in my head, right? The other thing is that if you're really, really not sure of what something is, the more that you eat of it, the more you could be off on your carb counting.
True. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So if there's a margin of error and you only eat a small amount of it, even if you're off by 10%, like that's not going to affect your carb count as much as if you ate like a really big serving of it.
Right.
And we're really off.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. That makes sense.
So that's kind of, some things to think about.
Strategies.
Right.
Okay. I do know there are some apps that you can like take a picture and it will tell you
like Figweed
what the count is. Yeah.
Yep.
I had someone show me one the other day. It was pretty
Nutrition
awesome.
X, I think IX at the end is one.
And Snack with a Q, SNAQ, I think it is.
Bite Snap is another one. Bite Snap.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a number of different apps that you can use.
And I think that, you do the best you can. Diabetes isn't perfect. And we try the best we can, especially if you're, going out to throw a football afterwards, after you've had a big meal, exercising a little bit, then that can certainly balance things out a little too. But we do the best we can. And we give you your tools and you have what you can, especially enjoy your holiday, which is primary, right? With your family and friends. So awesome.
Yeah. And what do you think, like when we have these holiday meals and everybody's kind of like sitting down or having conversation and like eating could go on for like a really long time.
The grazing. The grazing.
So that extended meal, like how do you best manage insulin with that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think using a pump, sometimes it's an easier option because you can use the extended bolus, meaning you can give some insulin now, plus you can have it over a period of time. Or sometimes now with the hybrid closed loop systems, that really kind of goes up and down as it sees your glucose rise. So that sometimes is a really helpful option. If you're doing multiple injections, then I would say, do the best you can and really kind of quantify what's on your plate, and then take a little break and have another injection, because you need to cover all carbs that you're eating. So it is really important to kind of keep it on track, whether it's in your mind, in your app, asking a family member to kind of help you to remember, really important, because if your blood sugar is higher, you're not going to have a great time at the party, and you might not feel great. So ideally we want to make sure that you're giving insulin for food that you're eating. So you may want to kind of say, I know it's kind of grazing, but I'm going to have my graze right now, and then when the next batch comes out in a little while, maybe I'll have a little bit later there and I'll take insulin, and making sure you may not correct a blood sugar if it's a little bit higher, but definitely giving food even if it hasn't been 3 hours.
Yeah. And what about like even what about even things like if you forget a lot about like entering your food in, is there a way to like do you think that it's helpful to use like Alexa or Siri, or like setting a little like alarm on your phone, like
I think it's
as a reminder?
Absolutely. And or using stuff like diabetes is a team effort, right? So just asking like, can you just remind me? I'm way too busy, I'm not going to remember. I have a lot of my friends their parents will send like a syringe emoji, or if their blood sugar's low, they'll send a little juice box emoji or something to kind of say, you don't necessarily have to have the conversation, but it's helpful that someone's helping you and thinking about it.
I like the emoji thing.
The emojis are great because then you don't have to have that conversation necessarily, but definitely using any kind of reminders. I do love the Alexa, like, Alexa, she'll probably go off tonight, right? Alexa, remind me to give Lantis tonight at 9 p.m. And then everyone in the house is aware that you gave it. So I think it's really important that it just goes hand in hand, right? Food and insulin need to go hand in hand. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then also like like exercise is another great thing to take advantage of during the holidays. We have more free time. We're not in school. And and so just using that exercise as a way to like work off some of that big meal, and just kind of manage your extra carb intake from just taking a walk,
right? And I think it's also get your family involved, right? It's not just because you have diabetes that you should be out for a walk. Like get your family off the couch and take the football game, and you can go watch later. Get out and exercise, especially when the weather's so nice these days, and we're very fortunate. So getting out and moving and grooving really helps your overall health.
And it could be like walking, building a snowman, going ice skating, sledding if there's snow, just like lots of different things.
Dress appropriately, and you get out there and exercise. Fun.
Yeah.
Good.
I think that also brings me to like that whole like mindful eating kind of thing. Mindful eating is a good thing to always think about. And I have like these 5 S words that I like to think about. So first one is sit down. Sit down when we eat. The second one is slow down. So slowing down when we eat. Third one is simplifying things around us, turning off electronic screens, and really like focusing on not being on electronics when we're eating and
enjoying it.
Fourth one is savor every bite.
Enjoy it, right? There you go. Okay.
And the last one is smiling in between bites.
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna totally use
my
that
5 S words.
Use that at home. I won't remember, but I'm gonna try to remember that to use at home. I think that's really important, is because food is very social, but it's really important to sit and enjoy it. No one's going to take it away. Just enjoy the food. That's great. Awesome. So I definitely want to show you all some neat snack ideas. Sharon was a rock star and pulled all of these up for some, whatever holiday you celebrate. We have some options of festive foods to try over here. So let's make sure you guys can see it. Yep, it looks like you can.
So let's see. We're gonna just move this one here and slideshow from current slide. Okay.
Here it is. Oh my gosh. I have to say, I looked at this with my son, and he has a few favorites.
So this is our candy cane.
This is our awesome candy cane. And hey, maybe you can even put chocolate on this.
Strawberries.
chocolate covered
and
strawberries.
That's a very good idea. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. This is a menorah with
love it.
blueberries and fruit.
And what is the just sorry, back up. What is the yellow candle? Is that pepper?
I think that those are mango.
Mango.
And the tips are actually little pieces of orange.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's raspberries in there. And
love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
This is a little Christmas tree with sugar snap peas.
So fun.
Pretzel sticks and American cheese star. This is another sushi.
This is amazing. Sushi menorah.
I know that looks a little complicated. I have made sushi before, but it's a little complicated.
That's a lot. This is so easy.
Yeah,
right?
it's easy, very
so
easy. Cream cheese base, celery, yellow pepper
peppers.
stars.
Okay, love it. Ooh, what
this is
that?
Hanukkah puppy chow. Yep. This is it's Chex Mix and chocolate chips and pretzel sticks.
Oh,
and this is a hollowed out cucumber. So you take like an English cucumber, the kind that are wrapped in plastic that don't have seeds, and then you cut a big chunk, scoop out the inside.
Okay.
And then fill that with ranch. And then you dice your green peppers and use your red peppers as a ribbon.
Love it. Ranch is like a main staple in our world.
This is the Star David.
Is those pretzels?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Dipped in chocolate. These are little peanut butter and jelly dreidels. Yeah. That's fun. This is another Christmas tree with a ham base.
And I'm guessing those stars are like mozzarella sticks, right? Maybe like just little pieces of slice off a mozzarella stick, maybe?
I would think so. I think it's from like a string cheese.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
more
easy.
dreidels. Oh, these are little Christmas trees made with laughing cow cheese.
Oh,
so
nice.
you take the broccoli and you grate it against just like a box grater. And then you take the laughing cow cheese and individually foil wrapped ones, peel off the foil, and then roll it in the broccoli, dice the red peppers and the yellow pepper star, and stick a pretzel stick in there.
And stick it in there. What a great snack. And barely any carbs.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Barely any carbs. And those kinds of things, when you're thinking about going to a party, that you may bring this kind of a snack, because you can have a lot of cheese and not need a whole lot of insulin to go with it. So being thoughtful of what you're bringing to a party, so something there is something easy for you to handle, right? It's a neat strategy too. Oh, that was fun.
Kiwi. I don't really eat kiwi very often. But
I don't either. I like
kiwi.
I like it. But you have to be like, it's either ready or not. Either like an avocado. It's
ready or not. Oh, this is a Frosty the Snowman rice cake. So you take one of the bigger rice cakes.
Okay.
Put a piece of provolone cheese on top.
Or any kind.
Circular.
Make it a circle. Yep.
And then you add your hat with your cucumber and the scarf with the red pepper, the carrot nose, and then little mini chocolate chips for the eyes and the.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah. Oh, these are very
This
popular.
is one of my faves. Yep.
Yes.
This is one of my faves. With the mini marshmallow. We have to get the mini marshmallows at our house to make those. That's really cool.
All you need is a toothpick. Toothpick, grape, banana slice, strawberry, mini marshmallow.
And how fun is that?
Yeah, that's really
how festive.
It's such an easy thing to bring to a party.
Absolutely.
And it's always a big hit. Yeah.
Fun.
These are peppermint patty gelts, like little monies.
Ooh.
And then these are some Kwanzaa kind of ideas.
Beautiful colors.
Yeah.
Neat. Oh, is that right? Are those like
Rice Krispie treats?
Oh, fun. Yeah. I saw one at the store. It was like this big.
Oh,
it looked really neat.
And then just like some more stir-fried vegetables with our colored theme. This is another good snack. That's like no carbs.
That's a great one to bring.
Right?
Yep, absolutely. Oh, that looks good.
This is kind of similar to what we're making today.
Yep.
They just added in green beans. This is a penguin village.
This is my favorite.
Okay, I tried doing this. This is what takes a little patience. Yeah. So you take the black olives and you cut out a slit, and then you stuff it with cream cheese, and then you take another black olive and put it on its side,
Okay.
and then put the
Okay.
toothpick up in the middle, and then you take a slice of carrot, cut out a triangle, and that is the beak,
Okay.
and it's also the
And it's the feet.
penguin feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of work on that one.
Yeah, there.
And the igloo is just cheese.
Igloo
yeah?
is just cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah.
Very cute.
And then
Love
these are just some easy platters.
Love
You could
these.
bring this to a party. It's so easy, right?
Yep. That looks awesome.
Yeah. And
That's
I
a
think
wreath.
that's our last one.
Oh, I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna check on the
Check our
chicken.
The plate so we can look at things out.
So this is looking pretty good.
Oh, that's amazing.
So just so people can see. And if you're not sure about your chicken, you can always use a meat thermometer and make sure that the core temperature is 165 degrees.
Okay. And that's mostly with all meat, right?
That's that's the right temperature for chicken and turkey too.
Turkey. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah, and so if we plate this out,
Yeah, we'll go to measure our pasta again.
Oh yeah, I just dumped it back in the bowl. Whoops. All right. So let's see. We will put this on here. I'm just gonna use this plate. It's a little easier. Okay, that's zeroed.
Okay.
So 1/7. I forget like what our total amount was again. Was it 38 grams we were measuring, right?
57.
Oh, 57.
So we are about there.
All right.
Perfect. Okay.
And then you can put that on your plate. And then we've got our broccoli.
That came out great.
Yeah. Yeah. And then cut some chicken. So I'm sure I can slice this up and try it. So the cheese just melts all over, and it's really a very yummy recipe. Kind of stuff in there. All right, get that fork. Delicious.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and we have to get our strawberries.
Oh, they're ready already.
I think so. Oh yeah.
Oh, they come out great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, here we go. Cheese.
The pesto is so good with that.
Oh my gosh, it's so tender. Delicious.
It's really good.
Delicious, delicious.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And when you try your broccoli.
Awesome, awesome. Oh, so good.
Yum.
So carb count for this?
So I would say that's like 38 for the right, and then I would add maybe another 5
for the veggies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
43.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. And then our little strawberries.
I'm gonna have to have these.
Yum.
Yep. And I do like white chocolate. This is good.
That's so good.
It looks like our hats.
Good job, Gretchen.
This is awesome. 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 Well, thank you all for joining us. We had so much fun. Hopefully we'll see you again soon, and happy holidays to everybody. Bye guys.
Bye.